With the State Council of Parks, Robert Moses, chairman, and highlighting the 30th anniversary of the council and the establishment of the unified state park system. It's a big park system. On Long Island, for example, it includes superb oceanfront beach like this at Fire Island, and recreational development at Jones Beach that has become a model of design the world over. But these parks are no museum pieces. They are healthy outdoor playgrounds for a vigorous people. More than anything else, they love the water. The two big bathhouses at Jones Beach accent its importance as an oceanfront park and the endless ways of enjoying it. In the heated saltwater pool at the West Bathhouse, miles of broad, clean, natural beach. On the neat, accessible overlook beaches. Or on the sheltered beach in Zack's Bay. Across the bay is the new 8,000-seat Marine Stadium. Here, after a day in the sun, you can watch a lavish Broadway production with a cast as star-studded as the setting. East of Jones Beach is recently developed Captree State Park, terminus of the new Captree Causeway over Great South Bay, ferry point to Fire Island, and boating and fishing headquarters. We have time only for short visits to two more of the dozen state parks on Long Island. Bethpage State Park, with its 5 top-flight golf courses, and Bayard Cutting Arboretum, one of the finest of the many properties given to the park system by public-spirited citizens, a place of peaceful pleasure. From an ocean playground like Jones Beach to tent and trailer camps in the shadow of Whiteface Mountain, New York State has everything. Fish Creek Pond, shown here, is one of the first and largest of the 35 campsites developed by the Division of Lands and Forests in the Adirondack and Catskill areas. More and more families are discovering that camping is one of the most satisfying, healthful, and economical of vacations. They are also discovering that the Adirondacks have infinite variety. Its hundreds of lakes provide some of the best boating, fishing, and water sports in the world. Here is Lake George, famed in history, now one of New York's most useful recreational resources. Park Beach, near the village of Lake George at the south end of the lake, bows to no ocean in popularity. And Hearthstone Campsite, just to the north, is the favorite of many veteran campers. Now we backtrack downstate to Bear Mountain State Park in the Hudson Highlands north of the Palisades. Here is country even more rugged than the Adirondacks and only 50 miles from downtown New York City. These breathtaking views are from the Perkins Memorial Tower, only a few miles from the famous Bear Mountain Inn. And here is the inn, center of a mountain park and playground without pier. Pick your pleasure, it's here for you. A family picnic. Active sports. Or a visit to Bruin, who has apparently acquired city zoo habits in spite of his country-style home. And here is Hessian Lake, for its size, probably the busiest body of water in New York State. Traffic is so heavy that there's no room to swim. But there is a big pool. And 20 minutes away by car in the Harriman section is the new Sebago Beach development. Also in this Palisades region, New York State has its largest development of vacation camps for youth. These scenes are from a recently built girls' camp. Let's cross the Hudson via Bear Mountain Bridge. Now we are in the Taconic region. This is James Baird State Park, where an 18-hole golf course, a swimming pool, game and picnic facilities provide fun for thousands. Continuing upriver, we look in on Ogden Mills State Park. And the busy boat basin at Margaret Lewis Norrie State Park is an important feature for small boat owners on the Hudson. We turn east again to Taconic State Park on the Massachusetts border, where cabins, tent and trailer camping, and bathing facilities provide well-rounded recreational opportunities in a natural setting. North again and across the Hudson. Here is the striking view of the Capital District from John Boyd Thatcher Park on the Helderberg Escarpment. This is one of New York's latest and most modern park projects, still under construction. The bathhouse and pool were opened in 1954. Our cameras take a long jump, 350 miles diagonally across New York to Allegany State Park. This beautiful area is the largest of the state parks, nearly 60,000 acres, and has the most extensive all-around camping facilities. Allegany abounds in wildlife. Bear wander through the campgrounds as if they owned them. The patient nature lover can find scenes like this: the nest of the wise and wary ruffed grouse, New York's finest all-around game bird. And who can tire of the common but incomparable white-tailed deer? Allegany State Park is one of the state's finest deer ranges. This is Red House Lake, center for bathing and picnicking at Allegany. Now we make quick visits to some of the many parks serving the heart of New York State. This is Shenango Valley near Binghamton, a beautiful golf course with a modern clubhouse, splendid scenic views, and the usual recreational facilities. Plus an attractive cabin colony on the site of an old camp meeting ground. To the northeast is Gilbert Lake, noted for its fine camping. And Chittenango Falls, just north of Cazenovia. Just 8 miles to the west is Green Lakes State Park, serving the Syracuse urban area. The two lakes are very deep and a unique blue-green in color. Superb scenery, camping, picnicking, boating. Excellent swimming. And a championship quality 18-hole golf course explain why this is one of the busiest of upstate parks. This is Verona Beach, a new park on Oneida Lake. On Lake Ontario, New York has 4 excellent lakefront parks. Hamlin Beach, west of Rochester. Fairhaven, a heavily used park with an excellent beach near Little Sodus Bay. On the east end of the lake near Pulaski, Selkirk Shores State Park, well known for its tourist camp. And the newest of the 4, Westcott Beach near Watertown, gateway to the Thousand Islands. These are scenes on one of North America's mightiest rivers, the St. Lawrence, where it forms a majestic boundary between 2 friendly nations. is the swift-flowing International Rift. New York has set aside 10 areas for public use in the Thousand Islands. These cabins are at Wellesley Island, the newest and largest area between the American and Canadian spans of the International Bridge near Alexandria Bay. And this busy beach and campground at Kring Point are typical of the smaller parks. Now we go south again to that fantastically beautiful land of lakes, gorges, and glens, the Finger Lakes country. This is Lucifer Falls in Robert H. Treman State Park, just south of Ithaca, typical of the hundreds of glens and falls in the Finger Lakes area. Here is Teganic, the highest and most spectacular of the Finger Lakes waterfalls. Famous Watkins Glen, one of the oldest of the state reservations. These are 3 of the 6 glens in the Finger Lakes region that have been set aside as state parks, not alone to preserve matchless scenery, but to maintain first-class recreational areas for public use. Such as this wonderful natural pool at Robert H. Treman Park. The fine bathing and picnicking available at Teganic Falls on Cayuga Lake. Or cabin camping, one of many such groups in the region at Cayuga Lake. Farther west in the rich Genesee Valley is New York State's most striking interior scene, the Triple Falls and Gorge at Letchworth State Park. Words cannot do justice to this spectacle. The Middle Falls. Inspiration Point and the Lower Falls. And the Gorge, with its sheer cliffs and sweeping bends. Has earned its name as the Grand Canyon of the East. This is Glen Iris Inn, the former home of William Pryor Letchworth, who gave the original park lands to the state. As in all New York State, glorious scenery is coupled with modern facilities for active and healthful recreation. valley rich in history. Here is a monument to Mary Jameson, the white woman of the Genesee. Our last regional stop, the Niagara frontier. Here is historic Fort Niagara, an active military installation since colonial days, now a state park. The old fort has been accurately restored. Niagara's Devil's Hole, site of another state park. And this is the famous whirlpool. Here is the New York State Reservation, target for sightseers and honeymooners, and vantage point for viewing this wonder of the world. Let's follow these people to the scene of the rock fall at Prospect Point in 1954. Temporary repairs of this damage have been made. Prospect Point looked like this before it lost 200,000 tons of rock to the gorge below. This is a view of the falls from the Canadian side. A trip under the falls to the Cave of the Winds. Bound. Here is brilliant fall color on the Taconic Parkway. Along with the parks, over 200 miles of these landscape parkways are maintained for you by New York's Division of State Parks. Designed for pleasure driving. No tremendous trucks, no traffic lights, and no billboards to compete with nature's splendor.